of the children of peace. Come, all my father's children, and sit beside my knee here with this child of mine, and listen. Have you ever seen a soldier? It is a brave sight, is it not? Once upon a time, many, many years ago, before your curly little heads were born, I remember seeing an army that marched because a king was visiting an emperor. Berlin was joy-mad. Houses streamed with color and music reeled and rioted. Then came the army. Tall, handsome men, all gold and silver and broadcloth, sworded, spurred, and plumed, led on horses that curveted and tossed their shining bits. Do you not love a horse with its great sweet eyes and soft, shiny smoothness? Next came the soldiers, erect, rigid, pit-pat, clasping their little innocent guns. Next came the artillery, files of wildly prancing horses, dragging long leaden things. How the crowd roared! The king bowed to the emperor. The emperor bowed to the king. And there rose a great cry of pride and joy and battle from the people. With that cry, I seemed suddenly to awake. I somehow saw through. You know, sometimes how you seem to see, but are blind until something happens and you really see. I saw then what I saw now. I saw and see the war that men said could not be. Gone was all the brave tinsel, the glitter, sheen, and music. The men trudged, limp, naked, and dirty, with sodden, angry, distorted faces. Their eyes were sunken and bloodshot with murder in them. They staggered over corpses and severed arms and feet and dead horses. And they carried not little innocent guns, but little innocent children. And they dragged not pale and leaden things, but pale and bounden women. And before them staggered and crept old women and grandfathers, the sick and the maimed, the weak and the half-grown boys and girls. I heard the cry that hovered over this fearsome army. It was a wail of hunger and crime. It was a wail of thirst and pain and death. And the cry rose and met an answering cry that came from beyond the forest in the west. 2 toddling children slipped from their father's arms and met in the gloom of that forest where the beasts cowed and livid, disbodied hands seemed to creep in the darkness. "Mother," they whispered. "Mama," they cried. Wild with horror, 2 bound mothers beat their naked hands against the gun carriages, groping and struggling through the gloom as death flamed in their hearts. Then the armies met. 2 fathers leapt from the 2 armies ahead, and each seized the other's child. They strangled and crushed and maimed and murdered it till each baby lay pale, limp, and dead. Nay, shrink not, my children, horrible as this tale may be. The truth is worse, and you must know it. Then war was loose. Then 6 million human beings left their fields of golden grain and the busy hum of their factories, and taking their own children for weapons, dashed them against the trees and the lampposts and the churches, and wallowed and gasped in their blood. Come, all my Father's children, and hear how beyond the blue mist of the everlasting sea, the mothers, mad with hunger, grief, and pain, are fronting the blood-stained heavens with bared and haunted breast, and are shrieking, "Why? Why? Why?" Their shriek is the booming of guns, and the booming of cannon is the shriek of mothers. And you must answer, children of peace. You must answer. The cause of war is the preparation for war. The cause of preparation for war is the hatred and despising of men, your and my brothers. War is murder in a red coat. War is raped mothers and bleeding fathers and strangled children. War is death, hate, hunger, and pain. War is hell. And when you believe this with all your little hearts, and when you cry it out across the seas and across the years with all your little voices, then shall the mothers of all dead children hear. Then shall the sisters of all dead brothers hear. Then shall the daughters of all dead fathers hear. Then shall the women rise and say, "War is done." But cry, little children, cry, and cry loud and soon, for until you and the mothers speak, the men of the world bend stupid and crazed beneath the burden of hate and death. So women must say, henceforward and forever, there shall be no organized murder of men, for the children we bear shall be children of peace, else there shall be no children. Amen.